your pardon, Minister Mohamed Swaray, because the last Speaker of Parliament said they not refer to ministers as honorable if you're not too honorable.
But not so true.
I want to go by that one day.
Not so true.
Not to say.
No.
Is it so?
No, I mean anybody can say. I mean I don't know. That's an English word.
Oh, okay, but well, that's not the resolution with Parliament.
Ministers are definitely not very honourable people.
Well, then be different after. Anyway, let's move forward and we'll inform the listeners against Mohamed Swaray on the answer and they can talk about the digital transformation on the carry on at the ministry and save the laws them what they don't put together for protect human rights. Welcome to the program, Mr. Minister.
Thank you, family on the morning.
Okay, so the Ministry of Labour, Employment and Social Security get the mandate for develop policies and we will improve labour issues across the country. As way of updates, start for take listeners and so far what not able to do since you come in office as way for develop laws and policies for improve the labour sector.
Part of the mandate of the ministry, not only for develop laws there, not for enforce the law then they, for make sure say Sierra Leoneans enjoy the benefits of decent work, for make sure say employers then comply with the laws then, because laws by themselves they are good, but if you not enforce them, I mean now waste of time. So it's my predecessor, they don't do a lot of work with laws then, so I continue on that trajectory. We don't just 2 weeks ago, His Excellency don't accent to the industrial relations and trade union law that are for govern all them people then what they say we na motor drivers union, we na the unions there. The unions they're supposed for fight for workman and rights then, also for ensure say workman is let's say responsible. So unions and they across this country in various sectors, various fields. So that's number one. We also get enforcement authority around industrial relations, around health and safety, around social security, safety net, and boku all that in there, labor migration, all ends in there. So we don't just enact the industrial relations and trade union law. His Excellency don't graciously sign into law. We mean say would they change the way would they manage unions, that trade unions, the industrial relations generally. We also get another law we've been on way day before cabinet now, the social safety net. That law we get the workers compensation bill again. That one they for Parliament in consideration. A lot of laws there. Within the process, we review the labor migration policy, and the next 2 weeks we'll get a nationwide validation session. We don't review them with support from IOM, working with them and other development partners. So a lot of work to go on where you camp policy team. We had done before now, we don't do the regulations around the work permit situation. We don't do around the Employment Act. So a lot of work they go on at the Ministry of Employment and Labor.
Okay, so for the benefit of our listeners, we just want to take them to go within the ministry department in terms of laws and policies. I make mention of different laws and policies that they put together with some don't pass in Parliament, some still under Parliament consideration. For the benefit of our listeners, them also as I mentioned, let me know what in then different laws here, so really they speak to.
Okay. So when you take like the regulations around the employment law, the Employment Act, the 2023 they enact before I can office. Let's talk about the various rights, responsibilities, entitlements, everything we workman for do, we forget, we employer forget. So it delineates the rights, the rules and responsibilities of various players in the employment, sphere. So that one in the Employment Act they talk about for women, and for example, they will talk about maternity, then they talk about paternity leave. And 19 now when they get paternity leave, the law actually provide for them. Yeah. So you man, your wife born, you're supposed to get some leave. That's a very progressive legislation. When I know His Excellency gets they do very, very progressive legislations there. But not so part of the challenge we'll get and what they take on very squarely now for talk to salon people then, but then see them within the law there. So now some of the things that nowadays, if you left work, how they calculate your salary, you end of service benefits, you set your responsibilities as workman because not to about rights no more. or entitlements. It's also about responsibilities. Yeah. So all ends in the employment.
I take it by your word. They develop some of them policies also for the benefits of the general public. I take it to one for we get for do it. Sorry, the work permit. Because why they ask this question, how well I can consider the views of different people in the sector so far before they take their laws just to parliament or make parliament to piece them. I take it again to the work permit. We yourself been taken at parliament some time back. Later, the deputy minister, when you person and at the same ministry go with one, and later a good table back about 3 parliament, the when I go parliament encounter and go parliament encounter. And this make ask the question, how well like able for factors some of the cause people the thing them with people want for inside the laws into the laws they want to take.
Okay, so parliamentarians and they listen to me now. You not get all the facts. Facts of the matter now we get social partners there. Now I'm going to talk about social dialogue and labor. The social partners there, now the various the three parties there, government, employers, and organized labor. We all sit down, yeah, before the work permit act to pass them, yeah, before we pack the regulations on the work permit, we talk to all players there, including, as a matter of fact, we call, apart from the social partners, we call employers, we call Sierra Leone Association of Non-Governmental Organizations, we call in, so where we talk about the business community, come meet with we. So nobody not go say we did not consult. We consulted the deputy minister not being all the facts. But
no, what would be wrong? We go table at the deputy minister, we will go and later on I will table.
No. So I'll give you the facts, not to withdraw. We will learn because my statutory instrument is supposed to mature after 21 days. So the business community, they make a representation to Parliament. They say they want further consultations. What further consultations may really mean in that context? They want let them reduce the work permit fee. That was what they meant by further consultations. Because we are consulted, we don't consult all man. But because this be new, very new to the business community and even Parliament, they may think so we are too much on the high. But my own experience was what I can at the ministry. I meet work permit for non-ECOWAS citizens at 6,500 newly. And 12, 13 years ago, I don't talk on that. I was an expert in Liberia, 2010. Employers they pay 1,000 United States dollars for me. So I come at the ministry 12 years later, who were still charging 6,500. So I felt it was a big joke. So I challenged my team. I said, look, let's do a research. A leader delegation, they may start being very hardworking. They took a cue, they were inspired, they do the survey, and then see really within a very laughable position we can power to the charge for work permit. Yeah. So Parliament will call we because they go talk to them. So look, they said they need further consultations. By further consultations, they felt it was too high, we need for review. That's why we withdrew it and can't talk. Okay? But I still think that decision they will be taken, not the right thing for do, and nobody not going to be surprised.
So
what will be say will still be the lowest all the charge in terms of work.
So as we talk now,
yeah,
which are the stage of that particular law?
Oh, it's enforced.
So now look at
me even think say by the next finance act we for really increase law with the at least medium law they close to with the other West African countries and the charge. So because work permit fee now for various reasons. One, particular categories of people that you want for keep out of
because that's my next question. We the Work Permit Act where Parliament don't pass into law. What's it exactly about?
Yeah, good question. So every country they want for protect its citizens. So I got 3 reasons. Work permit, like a protectionist regulation. Yeah. We want for able to protect Sierra Leonean jobs. There are jobs where typically we get the skills, we get the competencies, and people in there will get the experiences for doing jobs. Yeah. So then job then they will for keep them for Sierra Leoneans. When you make the work permit fee, we increase, like when they put high tax on cigarettes or alcohol, they call it sin tax, not so. They want for prevent people then from accessing it from buying it. Yeah. So you say if you want for hire cleaner, you go for pay $1,000 for example, you think twice. Huh? Yes, you go for pay salaries and this and that. So that's one reason. Also, work permit fees, they constitute a valuable source of income for government, right? Where we take over, the ministry over a year ago, the highest in the history of the country work permit don't generate now 8 million old loans. Yeah, 8 million old loans. So today, I think we don't do about 20 million old loans. No, 20 million. About 20 million. Now to talk about now. So from the start of time, Salononga independence, this is not the highest we don't get. So we could do better. Why are we not getting more from it? Number one, now because the ministry very short staff. Yeah, all these will get now walk-in customers. I know I go all over the place. Everybody is in here. No documentation, no nothing. Where immigration they work around for digitalizer process there, or work with private sector partners there for ensure say everybody with the looking at bushy there we're able to trace and track you. One, we have to protect Sierra Leonean jobs. Number two, we go for raise revenue. Number three, for national security purposes.
Because, you talk about okay. You talk about workman. You talk about categories of workman them, and we see multilateral companies them within the country they bring people them as expatriates. So in terms of the work permit, which set of people them where they target?
So I know a lot is wrong right now, but it's not after several years of doing the wrong thing, so you don't become like a normalized. Anybody can come. We are coming. Another issue one work permit until it's digitalized. Another get involved with them. Yeah, it's still manual. The staff of them with your staff, they cannot go anywhere. So now willing and walk-in customers are the more the target, right? But once that happens, once we digitalize, we get enough capacity. I have to give it to the Ministry of Finance. They don't approve for all recruits about 150 people then at the Ministry of Employment and Labor, so that every place who will get people there in numbers would be able for deploy people then they would able to get boots on the ground, so that if a workplace accident happens, we will know, so that if there's a potential industrial action, we will know. If there are enforcement issues, we will know. All over the place, we will know. And from where I come in, I deal with a lot of them and the multitudes of them. So the work permit system, all unknown Sierra Leoneans, so one can work in Sierra Leone and the target. You know, there's this confusion around ECOWAS citizens. ECOWAS citizens will come in a country 90 days. After 90 days, if you did it for the purposes of work, you know, if you want to work, you will take a work permit.
Okay, so Mr. Minister, let me continue the discussion. Let's move away from them one and then come to more that team them so far with the ministry do since you take up of office and that particular ministry. They go to the workplace inspection. As you can we see, we visit now different factories, them way they engage silent workers and engage management as a result of routine you want to happen routine the labor laws and speak to them, work them so far when they do at them particular place, and they let me know first what provoke some of this kind worker will be start for do.
Well, so Akana government in 2018, as somebody will be known, they in employment, now both government and everything. So I've been now working the airport authority, accommodate. I literally work for all the mining companies in senior leadership positions. So I understand some of the challenges. Now, beaucoup places, I don't know, say workman and not they speak up. If they attempt for speak up, then they take actions against them, then they violate their laws then. But I also know say workman and they back with very lazy. The job they take them for, they know they do one, so they go tiffany, they'll go this, that. So I'm one for again. Since I've been on become old school, you know, I'm one for reassure myself. This was in 2023 now. 5 years, I don't been in then work and I've been on be minister. So I'm one for reassure myself say the issues that I've been doing at the still. Yeah, so I've been in for talk to Workman. I mean, I know say even therapeutic, you know, for go talk to Workman and we stress for listening to them. For the very first time, I'm told, I mean, now I can cover them. They tell me, say, including fatalities, and they ever report to the ministry. Yeah, and their Workman don't ever get paid. Yeah, yes, I don't see stomp there. People then say, look my hand. I go place, they say, look my hand. From what this hand called, they say, I go wait. I don't wait, say they don't call me it. I mean, are you serious about where workplace have all employers, all companies, then get a responsibility under the law, the Factories Act, for make sure say they report a workplace accident immediately it happen. The ministry go can they well first ministry supposed to really go to them place and do a risk assessment for profile the jobs and which one risky, so then we will advise management for put necessary measures in place for make sure say they reduce the risk. But where an accident happen or a fatality happen, they're supposed to report immediately, first port of call to the ministry. The police can come in later. But sadly enough, again, we ministry need for reach out more, let people they understand and reporting responsibilities. The HR people then within the company and then they're supposed for the advice and management. But I don't go around the country. Sadly, very sadly enough, the capacity not the most companies. So the management not they are able to understand some of the law they say. Or they go out with the tail, they are shocked. Say they get that kind of responsibility. So we have a clear opportunity there for bringing the HR people then up to speed with the regulations there, with the laws there, and best practice.
Again, one clear to become out, most of them pieces and they be corrected democracy in key opportunity for them among the ministry and they do. Now the fact says some more place they will allow workers and for launch. So place they give as small as 3,000 leons for staff them for go for as launch 3,000 leons then say that you launch and then they pay above or within the minimum wage say. From that time to now, what the ministry don't do for bring the issues also to the management of them factory also the institution they also for see how best for like solve them.
Okay, so I think so we need for the ministry they launch a labor, employment and industrial social security we went all partners then with the Komon-Tok. We need that testimony But what don't come in the first day I come office, the next day now we Standard Bank. Then they listen to me. They will tell you, say, in Standard Bank, the 100 and how many year history in this country, this batch where they go with Mohamed Swaray as minister, then get the best deal. Yeah, because I make sure that the law was enforced every inch of the way. They may reluctant. Everybody felt it was impossible. I said, no. I mean, I didn't say like they won. I'm happy when Sierra Leoneans win, where they're able to enjoy the labor rights, right? Where they're able to get the full benefits of decent work.
In all of this work, you
talk about lunch break. Everybody when they listen to me, whether you're not employer, you're not employee, every workman entitled to break, to lunch time. For the junior people that want to talk, they didn't have the collective agreements. So any employer will not accept that one day, they're in violation and now unfair labor practice that one day will not allow.
Continue for the between the program that now the Minister for Employment, Labor and Social Security, Mohamed Swaray, they take me through some of the things that way they do since he take up office as minister. Now the Ministry of Labor, Employment and Social and Security. Continue for the between the program as we take this break.
Any hour where you sleep and wake, you dey ask yourself, wetin GT Bank get for we again? Well, GT Bank gladly for tell you say, anybody can do MoneyGram and real money service na any GT Bank branch near you and receive gift wey go make you at gladly. E no mean say pass you be GT Bank customer. E like you not to customer na the bank, just back a go na any GT Bank branch near you and do you real money or MoneyGram service and receive fine gift from GT Bank. GT Bank, it go better you bank with me.
Salon Commercial Bank don't come with new banking products them for make life easy. With Million Online Bank and Million Mobile app, you can able for use Salon Link money transfer for send money to anybody. It like you not get bank account. Transfer or receive money na the same bank or any other bank. Transfer money to person or office. It let you not get the account number. Buy extra line, pay other bill them, and now get advanced salary. You don't need for worry again, but almost money then you earn. Because you can able for pay for things that when you buy in a supermarket and other shop them with the Quick response code payment. Jagbadon done for we boss man them. With Beyond Online Direct, you can upload salary, pay all your supplier them, sell forex to Salon Commercial Bank, and watch your account anytime. If you need the app, download them from Google Play Store or any Apple Store, or go on Salon Commercial Bank website www.slcb.com. Sierra Leone Commercial Bank, delivering bank.
Welcome back to the program. Good morning, salute. They come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. We will present this program come to you this morning. My name is Nachang Nojalo.
And Adeyemi Jackson.
And inside the program today, talk with the Minister of Labour, Employment and Social Security, Mohamed Swaray. We talk about the digital transformation they carry on at the ministry and self the way how the ministry don't put together laws them for protect workman their rights. I can't tell you, Mr. Minister. We be talk about the workplace inspection we start for do after the president appoints you for go serve on that particular ministry. You don't talk about concerns that will be come out from workman them and self concerns that will come out from employer them. So far, sorry. And I ask the question again. Since you come now office, you satisfied with what's in the ground so far in our workplace in terms of realizing people workman them and
then down. So now the quality of people that wouldn't employ and call the HR was supposed for the advice. You know, there's a low. So they can't give proper advice. But we try for bolster their capacity through training, through mentoring, whatever scheme available. Because I know very good people there in practice as well. Yeah. So that's number one.
We listen to the testimony of some of the employee them here, so you go realize some of them problem here in the face now then certain areas don't do it for decades. This make ask the question again. Are you okay with what the ministry really don't do even before you? Because somebody go say if the ministry work, if the ministry really do work, some of them testimonies there so they get from their employees here, so not for the happen at least.
No, the ministry, I mean, like I said to my predecessors there, then start a good job with legal reforms there. But in terms of enforcement, we have been doing very badly since independence. So not to invalidate on it. We have been doing terribly. So now they make even way me they try for enforcement in the team. The first resistance now internally they get enforced. Because this is how we're not going to do this, we're not going to do this. But we're all now aligned, say, look, the best laws that they're in a share, they are as useless as the world. So we are going out there, put boots on the ground for doing. In the first place, that ministry, which government says that they wait in the beginning. Government said I know the treats are serious force over the years. You know, when they appoint me in this role, put and say, hey, they're not flinger. Well, me I like them because they're able to touch lives very directly. I've always wanted to work on this ministry if you had me a choice. Okay, yeah, because they touch lives very directly and the rot is so much.
Mr. Minister, we're still around the visits and maybe they do that different factories and different institutions that with regard to the situation of workman them at the inside and day. Once I will be visits now the Corridor Limited.
Yeah.
What's not the situation of Corridor Limited with regard to
Corridor, we've been getting a lot of issues with them. And number one for talk about them because the issue we would address at the level of leadership now, the government. There were allegations from the staff say them pegged and dollar denominated salaries then to loans. So to this day, the allege say na 656.50 90 pay to $1. With dollar don't claim to 2,200 and thereabout. Then still they pay then 2016 value. That matter it's been reviewed. They look into around with one assurance. Waiting due Sierra Leone employees then we will make sure say they get up.
But how soon are we able to conclude on that matter then? Because the workers in Corridor Limited actually they look up to the ministry.
The ministry will not fail them. We'll do what is right. We will enforce the law. We will enforce the law without fear or favor.
Okay.
I mean the biggest thing they get as ministry. Now for make sure say the workman and know say their rights have been respected, their contracts have been implemented fairly. So they look into the incident. And also Corridor no more. I mean, I don't go roadside. There was a fatality. Somebody died in a roadside workplace accident. Somebody died in a port. We don't intervene per incident day. And there not be no certain get reporting obligations to the ministry. As per law, we all pass me and you. The Factories Act in 1974. 1974, it put a reporting obligation on all employers for report that.
Mr. Minister, you talk about death of workman in our factories. Quite recently, somebody died at the Victory factory in Eastern Akisi, Wellington. The ministry aware of that?
Well, so now part of the challenge is what they say. because of the quality of people then who they employ as human resource people then, for advice management, they know they bring down to it's an obligation under the Factories Act of 1974, who they reduce now, who currently they before Parliament for repeal and replace with the Occupational Safety and Health Bill, right? Every employer, as soon as you get an accident, let us not say now a fatality, you're supposed to report that. Now then they send a newspaper here, so I send them to the appropriate units in the ministry. They're not engaged with that process now. And the newspaper, then the media, they help with a lot. And I want for challenge Una, following a continue for shine a light on labor law violations. Because we not get a magic for no USI infraction they happen, USI violation they happen. But when I draw our attention to considering we limited numbers.
With regard to the monetary system, the monetary system that the ministry, because the ministry gets people them where they visit or they go around the country that they visit factories and other places them with regard for know the situation of workman there. How strong the monetary system that the ministry be?
It's very weak.
That the ministry not aware of the death of this boy.
The ministry monitoring thing is very, very weak, completely weak. Yeah, because I don't mention how I begin. We're very short-staffed. Yeah, now for say really democracy, something happen na corona no be. How many reporters they wanna get now? Pass somebody member if na story where is interested in share out now.
But even for the side, get labor officers them.
Usa, you know,
so many factories them.
We not get now. No factory will not get labor officers.
People where they report to the ministry. I remember the last time we did the one factory in Kintom Sofa when some of the issues they asked the labor officer. We say whether they in charge now. So when they call, I think they call somebody name we say we not be pleased with again.
No. So from headquarters here, people don't get oversight responsibilities. But I tell you, say we are very, very thin on the ground. But I mentioned, say, I am very, very happy. Say the Minister of Finance, Fantamadi Bangura.
That's not just an addition. The one that exist already. You said
something big concern. 3 or 4 labor officers.
You said big concern for the fact say they know they report to the ministry.
We talk about 3 or 4 labor officers for the ministry. That is insulting. Yeah, President Bio, because they put human capital at the heart and center of it all. In government no approach, they say for the last 15 years, they don't do all kinds in the not employ. So we have a fair to employ about 178 people there. Okay. That process they on. Hopefully next week, the Public Service Commission don't assure me say the advance they go there out for at least 100 of them.
So Minister, away from
the Ministry of Labor is never going to be the same again. Dr. Samabanya, I met her 2 weeks ago at a funeral in Abuja. Okay. They said, look. So we like what is happening in the ministry now. They say it is not the ministry that makes the man, it is the man that makes the ministry. We are going to transform the Ministry of Labor. It's never going to be the same again.
Okay, continue for doing the program as we go to the train, take this other material also as Parliament don't bring for debate the President in speech, make Parliament this BNTM. I mean, after we been back to Parliament this BNTM, make a member of Parliament for Moyamba District, Honorable Alpha Ben Mansare, say if President be committed for improving human capital, the government will put effort for training and recruit doctor them we will work and achieve them level them and talk this at the well of Parliament and I'll be part of that and put these reports together. August 6th this year, President Biobi opened the 6th Parliament of the Second Republic, who said, go tell member them na Parliament, but what in government don't do since when come na office. But 3 months from that time, the member them na Parliament don't start for look inside this speech where the President been go give to them during the state opening. And during the second day, we member of Parliament then be the debate on this speech. The acting Speaker of Parliament, Honorable Ibrahim Tawa Conte, being give each member of Parliament 10 minutes for say something on the speech. When to talk about what I take on the speech, Honorable Alpha Ben Mansare from Moyamba District said this government don't fail for improve on the light where APC left.
The APC left a stable electricity at the lower tariff. The APC initiated the Rural Renewable Energy Project under UNOPS. And for the records, since between 2016 and 2017, 54 communities benefited and 360,000 residents benefited as well. To date, we have a total of 94 communities that have benefited from the UNOPS project. And out of the 94, the APC left 54. This means, for comparative analysis, the SNP government have only provided 40.
It continues say, if the government also serious about development, they need to put more effort for get doctors them across the country.
If we want to look at the national perspective to develop our human capital, considering the skill-based approach, we should think beyond just primary and secondary school, and we should copy the Singapore model. Mr. Speaker, members, how many doctors do we have out of the 8 million population? Mr. Speaker, how many dentists do we have? How many bone specialists do we have? How many eye specialists do we have? How many psychiatric doctors do we have? How many pathologists do you have? How many nurses do we have? If we are to measure the strength of our human capital, within the 7 years, we should now boast of how many doctors that we've trained. A nation that wants to develop should think of having medical doctors at chief level. Mr. Speaker, just yesterday, we lost a pregnant woman. The struggle to access the ambulance and even to ascertain whether the medical doctor is at Moyamba. It took us 1 hour to ascertain whether the medical doctor is here.
From this, other person will get chance for say something on the speech. Now, Honorable Indolo Givao from Kailaon district to say President be unable for do more thing them than what he don't do so because of the political tension not being in the country. But as they make these statements, member them in Parliament from the APC bench, be raise points of order and not allow them for continuity in debate.
We've all followed the treason trial, we all saw the conviction. Demographically, we know what happened, where it came from, where people came from. I don't know what you're standing on. I don't know what you're standing on. Don't tell me to sit down. Conduct yourself. Let me be given the floor and I'll sit down. Okay?
The Honorable from Kailaon is not just a senior member of Parliament, he's also a legal practitioner. What is imputing into this debate? Talking about regional configuration on a coup has a tendency of bringing disrepute to this nation. People don't commit crimes based on their origin, they commit crimes based on what they want to do. It was not done on behalf of the people of a region.
After this, the acting speaker will be able to calm the situation and Honorable Indolo Givao continue for making contribution at the debate. And when they talk, they say other presidents being in government, more teacher, doctor, nurse, and other people, they will forget to compare to any other presidents in the salon and self-say government. They will improve the lights, road and water business at the country more than any other term. When safely talk, Honorable Papa Bangura from Bombali district say because of bad economic policy by the government make hardship work at the country and all man they feel by this term.
As today, the president said the economy is larger than it was in 2018. Today, Mami Fatu cannot afford to buy a bag of rice, and even the minimum wage cannot afford to buy a bag of rice. So the reality on the ground, Mr. Speaker, you can bring people from Peru, you can bring people from everywhere in the southeast. The only respondent will respond to you, Komon-Tok. Mr. Speaker, SOT, take God thank you for the life. That is the only thing they have to ask for now. This is the reality on the ground. Mr. Speaker, today the economy is larger than it was in 2018, but today, because of the level of hunger the young people are going through, that is why the Kenima boys are not happy. And like the Kenima boys, the Kaila boys are not happy. And like the Kenima boys, the Kono boys are not happy. And like the Kono boys, the Komani boys are not happy. And like the Komani boys, the Pujo boys are not happy. The West Canada boys are not happy. The Port boys are not happy.
Honorable Papa Bangua from Bombali district end up say most of the thing the modern president be in speech than the state opening of parliament to true and for the president for the check in speech rights at them for say them put thing them with the government will actually do for the Society for Radio Democracy. Me, Nacheng Jalo, the report.
The program now Good Morning Salon and they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. We still get the Minister for Employment, Labor and Social Security, Mohamed Swaray, where they take we through some of the different things them where the ministry don't do since he take up office. Mr. Minister, let's come to the issue of social protection. Now, a also a concern, and we see the ministry they work along with NACIT to extend social protection to the informal sector. Take me through that.
Yeah, so that one is a very big thing. Social protection, a very important thing for protecting citizens from too much vulnerability, too much poverty. You know, small thing happen, you never feed yourself, you never look after your family. So social protection day for make sure say we anything like a major shock happen in your life, whether death of a breadwinner or something like able carry on, like COVID being can all ends in the day. So we discover say NACIT na 9% of the formal workforce, about 9% of the formal workforce they cover. So if you una 98, for example, well, as proven by the assessment board, you get a workplace accident, number one, you die for you people that way they left behind, or you reach retirement age. All ends in the day they cover. So, but if you na market woman, if you na Okada rider, you na keke rider, you in the informal sector, you know, something happens to you, end of story. You're not able to call back on any of the incident. His Excellency President Bill very concerned about that. He said we get too many people where get them problem. Yeah, where COVID come, for example, where in a formal sector, they like you know work, you still get something. Yeah, and we put movement restrictions on them people. Yeah, they're not to go ride bike, they're not to go sell. So how then they live? Then vulnerability that they did. So because of that in there, His Excellency desires for law extend social protection to the informal sector.
So which impact will this they begin come now the informal sector?
Yeah, now they say now. So NACIT under the leadership of the current Director General and team, they work very, very hard for let's make sure say this dream becomes true. Et then million contract was signed with His Excellency for roll out social protection to the informal sector. So we don't work, NACIT don't work very hard with development partners, the ILO, the World Bank, and others for put together. They don't do actuarial evaluation because for let you roll out in there like that, you know, they just grab the money, say, they roll out. A lot of studies then therefore be undertaken. ILO can't do boku studies there with NACIT, with other technical experts then from various ministries there. They don't just present valuation report of the scheme. What's not the main? So this scheme here, how it go be? For example, what's not the thing then where a bike rider typically go on for let them cover? We now we retire in the former system, or we get workplace accident, or we die for your family. When they do that study, they then get their own thing what they want. So the design of their own scheme get for be different. The benefits get for be different. So for example, they will say we want when you get married, we want for low able pay picking fees. We want, for example, for married, for bill host, business money. So all of them things and they don't take into consideration. Then they work on that now. Even cabinet with the big.
So how soon this go take effect?
Well, inshallah, all other things remaining the same or getting better. One for doing in the fourth quarter of next year for extended coverage.
Mr. Minister, you talk about
that one. They go reduce vulnerability. They go increase resilience. Yeah. Yes.
You talk about social security. Social security.
Yeah.
A few months back, I covered a program outside the Director General of NACIT. We go give letters them of government institutions them where they say no they pay NACIT for the workman them. Which are the stage of the letters and they will them go hand over to you?
Well, so police for not say after that, Boku of the non can settle indebtedness with NACIT. Yeah, very important. This not so because you want one. The law say for doing. The law compel you for doing because then workman and they will need for get social security for them. So Boku of them comply following that engagement will go with them.
Which institution and so far?
Well, you been did it, but I don't tell you.
You're not the minister that give the letters.
Boku of them be non-compliant. Then tell me say NATCA, for example, immediately after that, then go, they verify, they don't pay. And I want to congratulate them.
Minister, before
that's
we
good
to the
practice. But I want to encourage other employers then with the in NACIT violations. The act make clear provisions. If you not turn in, you you turn in your subscription 15th of every other month, you really they attract penalties, and then penalty provisions will enforce.
Mr. Minister, I mean, again, before we move to the next issue, you don't talk so much about what you're going to do as a ministry, but again, when I get the power for all people accountable, and since we come in office, any person they go point out saying that this will be able for like all accountable for actions towards workers or even that particular person not paying NACIT for in staff them.
Of course, we don't do that. A lot.
Because people go on for no.
We don't do a lot of that. And we name and shame government institutions that will not be comply.
You know, the start for call some of them people in there.
Well, I know get a register now today, but with violations then we don't call Boku people there out. Previously, even I don't call people there out. Today, not to naming and shaming. Okay. Because after them naming and shaming and they Boku they don't comply after that.
Okay. You do any term as minister, they go 1 year or so months now, and same so before the other person be they doing all of them tell me also the ministry they will put NGOs them, non-governmental organizations them or other people them so far, but recruit people and go work at the Middle East as different workers them. Now we see the situation at the Middle East so far. What is the ministry going to do for getting in touch with Sierra Leoneans and we did that particular Middle East with all what's in their happy?
Okay, so first we got the Labor Migration Act of 2023. That one day, na ensure if you're not Sierra Leonean, you want to go abroad, the process is the way for do, right? Now, make government license, you rights there and your responsibilities there. Government also ensure, say, we encourage the private sector for participate in that space through the establishment and licensing of private recruitment agencies. As at the talk today, we'll get about 23 registered private recruitment agencies with the ministry. They want and they get right? Would they get problems that would resolve them? Now, Lebanon, we talk about, will not get no bilateral labor migration agreement between Sierra Leone and Lebanon. So all the one that want to go Lebanon, then they do so without government. Then they go on their own. But when crisis break out, that is why we're a government who owe them a duty.
Okay.
I've been in at the global compact on migration media review in Ethiopia very recently. The whole world was there. I make a clear call for let them make sure let them support who for repatriate then Sierra Leoneans and they what they did. And I'm pleased to note that after that, right, working with the IOM and other partners about 200 and more Sierra Leoneans and they don't register now. The repatriation arrangements they on course.
Okay.
I'm also aware, following the same thing because I meet with the IOM Director General Global and the Regional Director, and I'm not issues that we treat very seriously at that conference. I work with the IOM manager in country. They also advanced stages for repatriate Sierra Leoneans and holding Niger, about from between 700 to 1,000. So a lot of things are happening in this space. These are our citizens. They let them go there without consent. Government for do what we do for repatriate them. But how for use this opportunity for advice Sierra Leoneans? There is a straight and narrow path where they assure say you get safe, legal, and dignified migration if you want to go work abroad. You can use any of the government licensed private recruitment agencies, and you go there and say, hey, what thing go wrong now? They begin like,
Mr. Minister, continue for the between.
Government. That's only when Papa government becomes relevant.
Continue for the between the program in name Mohamed Swaray and in the Minister for Employment, Labor and Social Security. As they take the text messages, them now we don't come inside the program. Jalo.
This one our Facebook page, they say one of the most empty entity standards who cannot even control the inflow of fake spare parts, substandard iron rods, filthy shattered waters, expired goods all around the place. Now they talk about cop for measure.
This one with 077981981 say, Mr. Minister, what about companies who retire their workers without paying their gratuity in full?
This other post, they say salute politician with plans and promises. Now 5 and 6.
This one our Facebook page, Francis, our Facebook page say, please, Mr. Minister, things are difficult. Is there any discussions about the minimum wage?
This other person, they say, so what are they going to do about the importers of rice that sells a 50 kg that's supposed to be 200 cups, but at the end poor market people who runs a loss. We are 50 kg, we only sub up to 170 to 180 cups. This they go for, I think that report we are under Standard Bureau.
Raymond on our Facebook page say, do we have wage clarification or wage determination in Sierra Leone?
This other policy, if FGM is a human rights abuse, what will you call it? Transformation of sex exchange, which while done in the West?
Mystic Nadwazak said, doctors working at chiefdom level is a welcoming news, more so when we have lost many Sierra Leoneans as a result of the lack of quality healthcare centers in chiefdom level. Just the implementation and the willingness of these assigned doctors is my worry.
This other post, I think they send this message to the minister and say labor right is a big joke in this country. The only right we have is the right of the employer.
Well, Jallo, because of time, we'll go over to the minister for making a response to some of the messages and so far we don't come.
Okay, Mr. Minister, you don't hear some of the messages, then you go respond to some of them.
Yes. Most of the messages are not actually for me, for other stories I want to air. Somebody, they talk about the minimum wage. I mean, I'll be the first to admit that the minimum wage is bad. His Excellency, pretty concerned. Just 2 weeks ago, because I've been on the mention and Labour Congress or mention and now in remind we, is that factored into this year's budget? I want to make sure I talk to the Minister of Finance. Yeah. So 2 days ago, the Joint National Negotiating Board, GNNB, as per law established, meet we comprise of the Labour Congress, employers, and the ministry will meet. And under the new Industrial Relations Act, including the Ministry of Finance, we meet for discuss the minimum wage, an increase of the minimum wage. One thing is sure, we know say the current minimum wage as it is terrible. Government would like to do more because that's the right and proper thing to do. But it also depends on the resource envelope. Last year, because government thinks it's important, even without increasing the minimum wage, they make sure say for government employees and they make 1 million, 1,000. So the least possible. I mean, that's my information. So this year, within discussions with the Ministry of Finance, something will happen.
Okay.
We'll increase the minimum wage.
Well, now,
what I wouldn't know, but I mean, there's a lot of goodwill around the table.
Okay.
Sure
Well, now, with that one day, we could go the program to an end. Plenty thank you to you, Mohamed Swaray, Minister of Employment, Labour and Social Security, for joining the program today for Komon-Tok, but what in the ministry they do so far for improve labor issues across the country. Well, now, for this program, good morning, Salon Golefi for today. Plenty thank you to the studio guest, and except to producer Michael Sambola, we produce the program, Kabia, Usman Kamara, and Mange Mansari. And same also to the technical team, we make fun for watch we live on our Facebook page. Jaffaman Davis, Fatimata Sabura, and Joseph Songa. And to you, technical supporter, DJ Sugarcane. So to meet again, we present this program. Can't name Nachalo.
And me, Adeyemi Jackson, is a goodbye.